Hey, it is Care Monique here. I'm so grateful that you have decided to join me for another video. If you are brand new to my channel, I do all things fashion and business. But I say that with a caveat because I am actually going through a rebrand right now. I'm super excited about it. You all will learn a little bit more about that in another video. I'll be sure to share that. But for right now, I'm still very much focused on giving you all content around business and around the fashion space. So if you're new to my channel, please remember to like, to subscribe, and to share. Please also follow me on Instagram at Care Monique. You will not be disappointed. I love all things fashion, all things business, and I mesh those things together and give them to you all. So actually today's video though is about how to use and navigate Alibaba.com. I get so many questions from those of you who are trying to break into the fashion space or just the manufacturing space in general. You know that Alibaba is a thing, but you have no idea how to use it. So I decided to do a quick tutorial on how to use Alibaba.com effectively to find manufacturers for your brand. So this video won't be very long, but I am about to show you how to use it properly. So let's jump right into this video. So many of you have been asking me how to navigate Alibaba. You say you don't get it when folks recommend Alibaba as a place to find manufacturers and source products. So I want you to think about Alibaba. So this is Alibaba.com, and think of it similar to Amazon, where there's a whole bunch of folks who are selling their products on here, and you're in a sense looking for the best company and the best deal. The only difference is these are manufacturers and large scale vendors. So these are factories and things like that. You can source materials on Alibaba. You can source actual products. You can manufacture. So for those of you in particular that are in the fashion space, even though you can do all kinds of stuff on Alibaba, I particularly deal with folks in the fashion space. Alibaba is an excellent place for you to source materials for your clothing line or your apparel line or your shoe line, and also for you to find manufacturers to work with. So there are a couple things that I want you to know. So this is the homepage to Alibaba. There's another site called AliExpress.com. AliExpress is a subsidiary of Alibaba, but AliExpress is like the true Amazon. AliExpress is basically where a lot of these manufacturers and other vendors will place their items where you can just buy one or two of them like a la carte. Alibaba, on the other hand, is meant for wholesale. It's meant for large quantity ordering, and it's meant for what we call OEM or private label, where you're able to find a manufacturer to put your logo and your branding on whatever it is that you're creating. So I want to jump into a couple of things, like how to use the site, how to reach out to a manufacturer, and why you would use this site. So on the homepage, what the number one problem I see is so many people just go to the homepage and they scroll and then they say, I'm so confused, I don't know how to use it. The reason you don't know how to use it is because you need to actually be searching. So you see this right here, and this looks very similar on mobile as well. You're either going to search by product or you're going to search by supplier. So if you're searching by supplier, you could type in any kind of thing, construction, you can type in t-shirts, apparel, whatever. I always search by products because I'm always looking for new manufacturers. So something else that I hear people say is, well, I don't really want to find a manufacturer in China. I don't like the quality of China's stuff, especially when it comes to clothes. And I would actually say, now Alibaba is primarily going to be Asian manufacturers, and a lot of them are going to be based in China. But it's not the manufacturers that are the problem. It's you not being clear with the manufacturers. A lot of you all are just buying bulk items, or you're just placing orders. That's this button right here, where you're just finding something and throwing it in your cart like you're shopping on a regular store, opposed to actually messaging and talking to these manufacturers about what you want. They're going to want to do the best business, the easiest and cheapest way they can. So what they do is they'll go ahead and they will give you like a baseline material to create your product. If that's not what you want, if you want a specific material, you have to tell them that. If you are unfamiliar with materials, hire someone, put someone on your team that's familiar with materials, or at least talk to the manufacturers about the different types of materials that will work for whatever design it is that you're using. Oftentimes the quality is only poor because you aren't putting anything into it. And much of that is because many of you are brand new designers. You don't have any design education background, so you just don't know what to ask. So I'm going to help you do that. So going to this button right here, this is an add to cart button. So you can totally click on an item. I could go here and click on this and find something. So I'm just clicking around in here and I could say, oh, a purse. And I could say, you know what? I want this purse in blue. I can actually click on that. And a lot of these suppliers have a way for you to just add it to your cart. This one does not, which is good. But some of them, you can literally just put something in your cart and check out. I never recommend that on Alibaba. What I recommend you do is, so let's stick with handbags. Let's say you are looking for, right now it's 2021, bucket bags are really popular. So we're going to put bucket bags in here and let's see what pops up. You can also search by picture. So this little camera right here, you can put an image in and it'll pull up whatever it is that that's similar to what you're looking for. The only thing about image searching, sometimes if there's a lot of patterns in it, it'll pull up the print and it won't necessarily pull up that item. So what you do is, so you see here, there's all these different types of bags. So this is just helping you to narrow your search. I don't really do that. The only things I narrow down are trade assurance. And what trade assurance is basically any order that you make with the company on here, it's a contract guaranteeing that if you bought it through here, you're going to get it or you're going to get your money back. And then I also like to only work with verified suppliers, because what that means is they went through a process with Alibaba that says that they're legit, they're legal, all of that. So what I typically do, if I have a design in mind, I might just scroll around and see if one of the products has something similar to what I'm looking for. And here's the thing. All of these, so when you see this term OEM, for example, and ODM, that's private label, meaning they'll put your logo on stuff. A lot of these companies will do that depending on your MOQ, is what we call minimum order quantities. If you order enough, they'll do kind of whatever you want. So what I typically do is I just kind of scroll and see, you know what, out of all these bucket bags, who caught my eye? So I'm going to scroll back up and actually let's click on, I saw a company, this one right here. It looks like they're able to make duffels. They're able to make regular bags, hats, all kind of stuff. So I would actually click on this, but I'm not necessarily clicking on it for the product. I am actually clicking on it because I want to see some information about the company. So this is the company. They've been in business for 2 years. They have a pretty big factory. They have 5 to 10 employees. So it's not a lot of workers. So they probably make stuff by hand or hand machine. So timeline might be a little bit longer. They have a 96% delivery rate. And their total staff is 51 to 100. So these must be the actual plant workers, those that are working in the factory. And what you do is, I would actually go to their page. So yes, you could totally favorite or like this product. So if I click like, but you want to go to their actual page. And I look for a couple of things. The first thing I look for is, like, do they have a legit banner? Do they look like they're making up stuff? Do they have an array of products, but all in the same niche? So this company, I actually would like this company because it looks like all of their products are handbags. They don't do anything else. Sometimes you'll get on here and you'll see a company that makes kitchenware, handbags, baby food, all kind of stuff, and they don't have a focus. To me, that's chaotic. I want to work with the factory that does one thing. So then also, I love to see when they have videos, even though you don't know how real it is, but child labor is very real. And I am not about that life. So you see they have a video where they're showing you their factory. I look for any signs of child labor. I look for signs of if they do any kind of product testing on animals, because none of my products have animal in them. So if that doesn't matter to you, totally fine. But I look at that kind of stuff. They even have who their clients are. This is really reputable. This might totally be, I don't know, they could have made these up, but it seems pretty legit. And then what I would do is, so let's say that I'm interested in a custom bag set. These men's bags, these sling bag shoulder bags are actually pretty dope. But let's say I wanted to look at their inventory. I would scroll back up and then I would look at their inventory and I would see, maybe see all categories and just see what kind of stuff they have. And then I would click on whatever it is that I'm interested in. So let's go here. This is an emboss bag. I see that already. They do an embossing. service. And what I would do then is I would contact the supplier or hit chat now. So you can hit chat now, and then it's going to make me sign in. So I'm going to go ahead and sign into the platform. And then it's going to pop up where I can chat them, or you can just hit contact supplier. Contacting the supplier is a good way to, get a quick response. And it's going to automatically generate. Let me make sure this is still recording. Okay, yeah, we're good. It's going to automatically generate a quantity. You can this doesn't matter. You can take this down and say 10. And what you really want to do is you want to ask the proper questions. You want to introduce yourself. So I'm going to say, hi, my name is Care Monique, and I am a footwear and bag designer in the US. I see you all offer OEM and embossing. So embossing is this literal, like how this is kind of stands off the bag. That's called embossing. OEM and embossing of handbags. Can you share a bit more with me about your products, timeline for production, MOQs for OEM, so minimum order quantities, and I would probably also ask about shipping times to the US. You can ask whatever you want, but these are just some of the startup things that I would talk about. I would even let them know I don't have a MOQ in mind yet, but I am interested in possibly getting some samples of a few styles of bags. Can you assist? So that's giving them more than enough to respond. So I'm probably going to get an automatic response, but that doesn't really matter. They're going to respond when they're woke. Right now, I'm shooting this video in the daytime. China is on night, so they probably won't respond till later. Here's another little button that I actually, if you're looking, like if you don't want to keep messaging a whole bunch of people and you're interested in this particular product, I would click this, because what this is their RFQ service. So basically, what they're doing is Alibaba is going to say, you know what? Any other manufacturers that we see that match what she's looking for, we're going to recommend them to her. So they're going to help you narrow in on your search. And then agreeing to share your business card is just basically your information, like your company name and all of the stuff that you share for Alibaba. Totally fine. I would hit send inquiry now. And then this is going to pop up because this is the RFQ form. And then I'm just going to put 10 here. And this is just where now Alibaba is going to submit this RFQ, which is this, like, basically where it's going to put you in a database for getting quotations from lots of companies for this particular type of bag. I'm going to submit that RFQ. You can totally skip that if you don't want to. Do that. And that is basically it. You'll wait for them to respond. You might even go look for other manufacturers. I always test out 2 or 3, especially if another company has a bag similar. I want to know pricing. Also, location matters, because some of these factories can produce the same things, the same quality, same materials, but depending on where they're shipping out of, it could cost you more just to get to you in the States. So that also makes a difference. And then timeline. How long does this factory take? Like, is this a factory that takes 12 to 15 days to make something compared to a factory that only takes 10 days or that takes a month or something? So those are just pretty much the questions you want to ask. But this was just a quick kind of tip and run through of how you use Alibaba. I really only use the messages tab, the search, and then if you place an order, I do recommend at least your first couple of orders that you place those first couple of orders through Alibaba. And when I say orders, I'm talking samples. Do not just let them make you a big order. A lot of them will say, our minimum quantity for private label or putting your label and stuff is going to be 50 bags. And you say, okay, but I would like a sample first. Now, granted, your sample right here, it says it's going to be $14.80 a bag. Your sample might be $60 because you're only ordering one. that's fine. That $60 is way better than you paying $14.80 100 times and your bags get to you and they're trash or they're not right. So I just want to make sure, and I don't know this company, you all, so I'm not saying that this company is not right. They might be. I've never worked with them. This is just an example. So please don't go blasting this company as a bad company, because I do not know anything about them. But I just wanted to share that you always want to get samples first, and you're going to want to have them create an order for you through Alibaba, because you want to have that trade assurance, which means that guarantee on getting your product or your money back. And that's pretty much it. That is how you use Alibaba. You create a free account. There's no cost at all to using the site. The only time you should ever pay for anything is when you've solidified a contract with a vendor or manufacturer on here, and they are doing a sample or an order for you. That is it. A lot of them are going to ask you, hey, what's your WhatsApp, or do you use WeChat? Yes, but I would like to do my first order on Alibaba. Keep everything on Alibaba, at least for your first one, because once you move it off of Alibaba, if they scam you, you don't have that protection. Now, once you build a relationship with the manufacturer, you know they're legit and all that, totally fine to move off of the Alibaba platform, because you can have way quicker conversations, send more pictures, those kind of things without having to be logged in. But I would say take your time. Your first couple of orders, you definitely want to do through the Alibaba platform. So I hope this was helpful. If you all have questions, leave them in the comments for me. So hopefully that was enough content and enough information to help you get started on using Alibaba.com properly. I really hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to like. My dogs are coming in. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Hi, Nola. Nola wants to get in my lap. Nola thinks she's a lap dog, y'all. My dog is over 60 pounds, and she thinks she's a lap dog. But this is Nola. I also have another dog. His name is Nipsey. He's over there. But anyway, I hope this video was really great for you all, that you all loved it, enjoyed it, that you learned something. Please feel free to leave me some comments below. Please don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to share. And I hope you liked. I sat in front of my Christmas tree instead of my traditional background today, because I was like, why don't I give folks some holiday cheer? Nola, you cannot get in my lap. You are big. I love you, sweetie, but you are big. You too, Nipsey. But you all, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I will catch you all in the next video.